Good morning, traders. So, how to trade the Dow Jones today? Now, the interesting thing about the Dow is it's the only US instrument that is not going anywhere. So if you look at the NASDAQ getting all-time highs, S&P is tracking nicely, and the Russell is tracking nicely. And anybody that applies a bit of logic to the concept of the trade war would automatically come to the same conclusion I have, that you would expect all the markets to be hit. So you'd expect all the companies in the US to be affected in a long-term trade war. But clearly, the people in the know that are moving these markets feel that the Dow Jones is the only instrument that's going to be affected by a trade war. And tech stocks are safe, and small businesses are safe. But yeah, I suppose this shows you don't try and interpret what the news is. Just focus on what you see on the charts and trade the charts and ignore the noise, because these guys are clearly trying to lay a trap for the retail traders at the moment, from what I can see anyway. So let's get to our daily here. So just delete that line. So pretty much this trend line that I had drawn to me is where most of the touches are. I know there are tails below it, but this just seems the most solid. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, call that 5, 6. If I move this up slightly to there, 6, pretty much 6 touches on a daily basis. Okay, so that's why I've got that one drawn in. It just seems a bit, how do I put it, more convincing. And then we have this trend line here, and I'm going to just do that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pretty much 5 touches on the top there, with a little bit of a breakthrough on the top. So this is never an exact science, but that to me is pretty much what the channel is at this stage. Now, on the daily, we do have a inside bar forming. I would prefer this bar to be green, but the next one that's forming, today's bar so far is green, but they could just bounce to the downside like yesterday did. And you can see these inside bars are pretty telling on the higher time frames. You can see here, red, green inside bar, rally. Okay, green, we've got a red inside bar, then another green inside bar, rally. Okay, so inside bars on the top here, you can see the inside red bar and the green, and to the downside. So these inside bars are pretty, they're pretty powerful. So to me, the inside bars, pin bars like this one, and then engulfing bars are the 3 that I look for. 3 sort of 2-bar patterns or 3-bar patterns that I look for to indicate a turn. So at this stage, it's not confirmed yet. Obviously, we need to break above this tail here for it to be confirmed. But that's pretty much what my bias is at the moment. So I'm still fairly bullish. I can't understand why the Dow is the only index that is lagging, while the others are pretty much ignoring the noise of the trade wars and moving on forward. And normally when that happens with the Dow, something pretty big is about to break. Okie dokie. So you can see here we came to the bottom of the channel, double bottom, rally. And what's forming at the moment? A potential another double bottom. Clearly what we need a break to confirm the double bottom is a break above this fractal here, this 4-hour fractal. Break above that would indicate a move to the upside for at least the height of the double bottom. Okay, so that's pretty much what I can see here. I can see all the oscillators grouped to the bottom as well, which is supporting that theory. You can see oscillators grouped to the bottom with a double bottom, and it rallied. Double bottom, oscillators grouped to the bottom, so what is next? And pretty much the same scenario. You see the 200 4-hour EMA running pretty much through it, and the same happening here. So I'm still favoring the longs at the moment. We are bottom of channel. There is a pattern forming here, a bigger pattern, which will indicate a move to the upside. But let's just get down to the hour just to see. So you can see what's happened here is we are pretty much ranging, so that double bottom is now a range on the lower time frames. And ideally, we want to break through the cloud, which is also the top of this level, and that's the break of the double bottom. So everything's tying in nicely. So a break above the cloud here will indicate a move to the upside, and then we've still got this pretty big gap that's open at the top here, which would act as a magnet once we're through this level and through that level. So this level and this level is where your ambushes will come in, and they will sell, try to push the price back down. Once we're through those two levels, then it's clear sailing to close that gap. Okay, so that's pretty much what I can see, and what I'm going to trade today is I'm probably not going to trade this thing today. I'm going to wait to see whether we get some decent price action. At this stage on the hour, there's nothing here. We're still bearish for all intents purposes. So everything on the Ichimoku cloud is bearish on the hour. There's nothing even turning bullish at the moment. So this is still, to me, bouncing off the bottom of the cloud and could be moving to the downside. We can just scroll down to the 12 minute just to see if there's anything else we can see, apart from the squirt that we had during the Asia session, which was mostly recuperated. And we've gapped up. I see this seems to be the play pretty much most sessions now. Is the Asian session we have a rally, okay, and then European session we consolidate, and then US session we come right back down to the bottom. Same thing here, rally, and we've fallen off a little bit. Europe session hasn't opened yet, but yeah, so it's really confusing at the moment. So I think for me, I'm going to need to see some pretty bullish action for me to get in. At this stage, this is not showing me anything that's indicating an up. Okay, you can see, all this barbed wire here, you've got buyers, you've got sellers all over the place. And then you can see here's a great example of inside bar, inside bar, inside bar, inside bar. And you see how it falls down. Okay, so yeah. So I think for me, I'm more in favor of the longs, pretty much, and purely because we are bottom of the channel. And if we start breaking below these levels here, so let's just bring this down here. So we start breaking below the low of yesterday, I'll start getting looking a little bit to the bearish side. And if we start breaking below this double pin bar from the day before, then definitely move to the downside. But the reality is that the other indexes are moving to the upside. I think I've got one or two of them open here. Well, both of them open. So NASDAQ is getting all-time highs, and look at that move to the upside. Just come to 4 hour, and you have a look. You'll see pretty solid move to the upside. Okay, S&P, same picture. We've had a bit of a sell-off. We had a nice rejection bar, and now we're moving to the upside. 2 days in a row that we've been green and moving up. If we do this on the 4 hour, you'll see. Okay, so that's why I say the Dow is lagging. It is really lagging behind the other indexes, and that is a worrying factor when you've got diversions on the US index, because something will break, and it could be up or it could be down, but something will give way shortly. Anyway, enough rambling. For me today, I think I'm really going to be sitting on my hands on the Dow as well as the DAX at this stage, until I see some really strong signals come through to indicate what is going on. But at this stage, my bias is still to the upside, because bottom of channel predominantly, and it's quite a serious channel. And also, on the daily, there's nothing really. On the Ichimoku perspective, it's really just the bottom of channel. And we'll need to see a break above the high of yesterday, pretty much, and a close above the high of yesterday for me to be convinced that we will move further to the upside. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm going to be waiting for. I doubt I'll play this today at all. And if you are going to take any longs, just keep your stops tight. Keep them below. I'd actually keep it below the low of yesterday, because that'll be pretty tight. And wait for a crossover here on the hour. So wait for a crossover of the Kijinsen and Chikinsen on the hour. If we get that, then start looking for a move to the upside. But for me, I think I'll just sit quietly, have breakfast, have coffee, and just patiently wait for a high probability entry. Anyway, guys, I hope it helps you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Keep those stops tight, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Cheers, man.